I just thought I'd show you this process here. I had those big mud tires on my RZR, and I'm using this SLP clutch kit. It was set up a little differently for those mud tires. With these new tires on it, it's revving out, hitting the rev limiter actually pretty easily. So we need to make a slight adjustment, and SLP has this handy little piece of paper here. It tells you exactly what it is you need to do, how you need to change these weights to make it work for your application. Very simple process. These are the weights right here. They're color coded. Green is one weight, aluminum color is another, and then of course these little washers are 0.5 grams a piece. So all I need to do is just look at this handy little paper and then it tells me what to do. But all circumstances and situations are different, right? If we take this out and I still find that it needs to shift a little differently in a different spot, I can just take it back out, maybe adjust one of these washers, put it back in, and away we go. This really isn't a very hard process. I'll go over it again. I popped this off. It took me about 5 minutes to get that whole RZR apart. But right now, we're going to put these weights back in. And I needed a small washer and a big washer with the green weight. So there's that. And where is the, oh, right here. Now in this kit you get some blue Loctite. You're going to want to use it. You don't want this stuff coming out on you, these little bits and pieces. There we go. When you're ripping down the trail. Get in there. Should have done this with gloves on. That's it. One. Now I'm going to do this one. I can't believe, well, I can. I mean, these guys work hard at it. SLP had to go out in the trail, test all these different springs, different weights. That is a big job. I'd rather just get out and ride. So it's thanks to guys like that who put the time and the effort in so we can go out and enjoy all our toys. So keep this in mind next time you question the price of something. Right? A lot of R&D, a lot of time and effort goes into this stuff. Clutching guys, I don't know, it's a passion for them. It's like anything else. Spend a lot of time doing this kind of thing. God bless them. God bless them all so we can go and have fun playing in the water, making a mess of things. Some big things coming up. Going to be at the Toronto Snowmobile, ATV and Power Sports Show again this year. Hope to see you guys there. We're going to be the video hosts as usual. Some television interviews and the whole 9 yards. Everything going on again this year. Just like last, so much fun. Let me see here, Simon. That's where that goes, eh? Yeah, going that way. This goes here. There we go. I'm just going to do these by hand. So we've got a 30 by 50 booth. Massive booth. We're going to have all the rides there. Simon's going to have his racing quad. We're going to have a bunch of crazy three-wheelers. The PowerCat 200X two-wheeler's going to be there. Going to have the IQR, both of them. Maybe this Renegade we just got. Not quite sure. Just got so much stuff. Going to need a tractor trailer to get it all down there. PowerModz tractor trailer. It'll be fun. What else do we have? We have a couple other things going on. Super duper announcement coming up at the show. Everything will be ready in place for it. I've been running into a lot of people in parking lots. They come over and they're standing by the truck waiting for me to come out of a store. Hey, Louis, PowerModz. You know, we're down in Toronto at the hotel. Somebody stopped over. You guys PowerModz? It's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. We're getting recognized. And my kids think it's pretty fun. And my wife is kind of like, who are all these people? But it's all good times. You know, we're all out here having a good time doing the same thing. Get out of there. That's what it's all about. I can't wait to see how these new tires from ATV Tires Canada, the traction grippers, work out. I got to do some tire abusing, which I'm good with. Try to get some funky angles. Maybe go in the water, put a GoPro down under the water and tear up some rocks. Try to get. Sure. Should be kind of fun. Do the mud stuff.
GoPro underneath the wheel well.
Yeah.
When the tires spinning.
Yeah. We have, I'm going to be pulling a big load with it. Tommy will be driving it. He's going to be pulling a trailer with 2 boats on it and a whole bunch of gas cans and gear, and the thing's going to be riding pretty hard. Now, before I took this apart, I still have my alignment marks from when I had it apart last year. See that X? That X, that line, that line. There's actually an X right there as well. The older clutches don't have those alignment marks. So before you take it apart, guys, make sure you mark them, because these are balanced. I'll try to show you the balance marks here. They're right here. See, they're balanced at the factory. That's what these little drill holes are. Whenever you see something that spins and it's got holes drilled in it, that's what it is. And Keely blew the belt on this the other day. It wasn't really his fault. I don't know if I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but in the winter I nearly destroyed my son's snowmobile with him on it, with the RZR. I was trying to pull him back, and the cord that I was using to pull the snowmobile with got wrapped around the wheel, the big lugs on that wheel. Sucked the snowmobile right into the tires. The snowmobile, the Elan, started doing this in circles. It was pretty crazy looking. And then my throttle stuck wide open, froze, because all the water stuff that I did, throttle cable is full of water. So as soon as I'd started, it'd go right to the rev limiter, all 4 tires lighting up, snow flying everywhere, and I had to get it back. I didn't have any way to get it back, so it had some really hard engagements. And I'm telling you, I mean, I just touched that key and it'd just go bang, like every part of that machine had a bit of a hard time. But that's the way it is. There we go. I'm going to do this by hand. I don't want to use the machine for that. Ratchet here. We're in transition phase between toolboxes. Got that one over there, the nice new box. This old one here. Spent the last 2 days cleaning the shop up and all this new hardware we're getting. Don't tell my wife. Thankfully, she doesn't watch these videos. There we go. And that's it. That's it, Simon. Good to go back on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now, you know what? Let me look at this here. Got all this old. Got this old RTV compound riding around here, which did a great job. Keeps the water out in a big way. That's what I wanted, because we've done some pretty silly stuff with this machine. You've all seen those videos. But it makes it hard to get out on the trail. You got to get in there and pry on things. I'm just going to get this out, because if I try to put the cover back on, it's going to get jammed in there and it's going to not give me a good seal. I know I could have got a new seal from Polaris, but I didn't have time at the time, because I wanted to go riding. What I did was, just to make this a little easier, I put some Vaseline in and around the inside of that seal, and it helped it all come apart a lot easier. I sealed in behind here, all this. Water was coming in behind there as well. So when you really want to seal this all up, you got to do it right. If you're just moderately driving around, you're not going to do the deep water stuff. You don't need to go too crazy, but you still have to make sure no water can get in this housing, because even on a day that you're just sort of crossing a couple little creeks or rivers, man, that clutch just starts to slip. It's annoying. You can take it out and clean it out. You just sort of get to dry land and rev it up, and the water will blow at the clutch exhaust if you're lucky. Got this new Hypermax belt by Ultimax. If these things can take the abuse that I put them through, then they're good for me. You always got to make sure you put them on the right way. You have to be able to read the writing and not upside down. If you put it on upside down, it's going to unwind all the strands in it, and it's going to not be good for you. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's better. There's no adjustment on that, really. Everything from the factory is set up the way it's supposed to be. There's washers, not like your other kind of sleds where you can, or your sleds where you can adjust them. Here, I've taken the shock out. Makes it easier to get the puller in and on it. And all I did with the puller, I didn't use the ratchet gun method. I just used this right here. Always make sure you wear goggles with this. A friend of mine was cranking it and it broke and it took his eye right out. They break in here. Doesn't matter where you buy them, China or not, right? So this one, with this handy little SLP tool, needs to be torqued to 96 foot-pounds. Is that the one? Yep. Get in here, Simon. Technically speaking, with any of these clutches, when you've torqued them like that, you really should go back in, retorque them again. But it's a little harder to do on something like this than on a snowmobile. So now I'm going to take this, and because of the riding, bail out. Where is it, Kai?
Like on the REC stuff?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Because of the kind of riding we're doing, you know what? I'm going to put this stuff on. Because it could be a wet weekend. There could be some river riding going on. I'm only just going to put a little bead in. Whoopsie. Not sticking. There we go. Oh yeah, sure. This I'm not going to really ratchet in. I just need to do this because I don't have a free hand. These I want to do by hand because they're really easy to strip out. It's only a plastic housing. You get that one? Yep. There's another one right here. Like that. 18 millimeter wrench and socket on the shock. I think I see 18 millimeter used very often. So I think that's it. All we got to do now, go out and burn some rubber. Let's do it.
Yeah, you still have 8 inches.